A.I.R stands for the Advanced Instrument Research group of Digidesign. Pro Tools is already the most popular platform when it comes to recording and mixing music. And with the instruments we want to do, we actually want to contribute to making it also the most popular platform for creating music. So one advantage we have is we only have to design our instruments for one specific platform, which actually means we don't have to compromise on certain features to make them run on multiple hosts. And that's a big advantage in terms of performance, usability, and integration. We know that Digidesign users are probably the most demanding users on this planet, and we definitely want to satisfy or even impress them with the quality and the ease of use of our instruments. We think of Xpand basically as a musical toolbox. It allows you to create a whole arrangement in almost no time because it has any kinds of sounds in there, and you can run it on basically any system because it's very, very efficient on system resources. Hybrid actually is a professional synthesizer, a very high-quality premium synthesizer that we made actually with a very demanding pro in mind. It has all the qualities that people usually connect with analog synthesizers. But it also gives you all the qualities of a digital synthesizer. It has digital wavetables, and it has enough options for you to create very out there, exotic digital wavescapes. People have commented about a hybrid that it actually sounds punchier and more transparent than other synthesizers they've used. And that's actually due to it being sample accurate, which means that stuff like envelopes or modulation is updated per sample, which is very unusual. The main goal we had when we developed Strike was that people actually feel like a producer working with a real drummer. So whenever you adjust something in Strike, you actually do what a producer does. You tell a drummer what to change about his performance. Well, we've been asked why Strike actually sounds so natural and musical, and the simple secret to that is everything you hear in Strike has actually been played by a real drummer. One thing that actually really makes Strike unique is the way you can actually conduct it. It's not like what people are used to. You load something, you hit play, and that's basically it. That's actually where it starts to become interesting in Strike, because from then on you can tell it how much to play or how hard to hit. In the studio you have the drummer, you have the drum kit set up, and you have the engineer. In Strike that translates to the style section, the kit section, and the mix section. In the style section you have all the controls for the musical performance of Strike. You can actually tell it to play a little bit more laid back or to swing a little bit more. The kit section is where you assemble your drum kit. You can replace a snare by another snare, you can fine-tune the kick drum, and if you want so, you can even make it sound unnatural. The reason why Strike has a mixer is actually because every signal in there is multi-track. A typical kick drum would consist of 3 direct microphones, overhead and room microphones, and you would be able to flexibly adjust them to come up with the sound you want. Our latest plugin is called Velvet, and it's actually our take at the ultimate electric piano. Dave Liebold, the general manager of Digidesign, was very involved in the development of this plugin. Having been a touring musician for many years, he knew that we really have to go the extra mile to make this plugin a real playable instrument that would convince very demanding musicians. Although there's a lot of electric pianos out there and they all do a pretty good job, there's not a single one that we found would satisfy somebody who really has owned one of the originals. We paid attention to every ingredient of the electric piano sound, not only the piano model, but everything that comes with it, like the preamp, tube drive, phaser, flanger, or tape delay. It's all modeled after an original. We added the mechanic noises of a real electric piano, and you can dial that in, and that makes a real difference when you play it. Being a keyboard player myself, I really wanted to make sure we create a product that is an instrument that you want to play. And I think we did it with Velvet. Xpand, Hybrid, Strike and Velvet are just the first plugins to come from the A.I.R group. We're committed to make plugins that sound great, are very easy to use, and are instruments that are really musical. Over the years we will create a whole suite of instruments that complement each other and Pro Tools. Being part of Digidesign, we really get the sense that we're a family of musicians that make products for musicians, and that's a great thing.